In this tutorial, I'm going to be looking at viewpoints and how you can use them to quickly speed up your design work by moving the focal point of your work to certain areas on the document. Now, if you'd like to work along with me, you can use the samples that are available from the welcome screen. If you can't see the welcome screen, you can access it from the help menu and selecting welcome. Now, the sample I'm going to be using is Adventure Ride. Now, if you haven't downloaded this before, first it will download it and then you can click on it again to open it in Affinity Designer. As you can see, the characters have been neatly created on separate layers, which makes it convenient to select them. Now, what happens if we want to navigate between them very quickly and view them so they fill the whole workspace? Now, for this we can use viewpoints, which you'll find on the Navigator panel. So the first step in the process is to set up our document to the view that we wish to work in. So first we'll select this character who's riding the badger, and we'll zoom in to that selection by using Command Shift and 0. The next thing we have to do is create a viewpoint for this scenario you can see in front of us. On the Navigator panel, select the Panel Preferences menu and click Advanced. You'll see additional options will be added to the panel for you to create viewpoints. So if you click on the cog, you can select Add, which creates your first viewpoint. Having this named Viewpoint 1 isn't particularly useful for our example, so let's rename it by clicking on the cog and selecting Rename. When you're presented with the pop-up dialog, simply type the name of the viewpoint and click OK. And there we have our first viewpoint set up. I'm going to quickly run through some of the other layers and create viewpoints in exactly the same way as I have for this first one. And there we have 4 viewpoints set up for this document. Now, one way to navigate between these viewpoints is go up to the View menu and select Move to Previous Viewpoint or Move to Next Viewpoint. Now, this can be quite time consuming to try and access a menu item to simply switch between the viewpoints. So to speed up the process, we can assign each of those commands on the View menu to a shortcut so we can quickly switch between viewpoints. To set up custom shortcuts, we need to access the Preferences dialog, which you can do using Command, Comma. Now, here in the Preferences dialog, you simply select Keyboard Shortcuts from this pop-up menu here, and then select Draw from this pop-up menu and View from the second one. And here we have all the commands that you can access from the View menu. If we scroll all the way to the bottom, you can see Move to Previous Viewpoint and Move to Next Viewpoint. Now, if we click in the corresponding box for that command, we can then type in any key combination to make a shortcut. Now, 2 very handy keys which haven't been allocated in Affinity Designer yet are the minus and plus buttons at the top of the keyboard. So we're going to use these for Move to Previous View and Move to Next View respectively. So simply I type in the minus at the top of the keyboard, and this is added as the shortcut here. And I'll do the same with the next viewpoint, but use the plus instead. Depending on your keyboard, these might show up as a hyphen and an equal sign, but they still correspond to the same buttons on the keyboard. So if I close this, and now I can show you by using the minus, I'll switch through my viewpoints in reverse, and if I use the plus, I'll switch through the viewpoints going forward. That's how you set up viewpoints in Affinity Designer, and then use customized shortcuts to quickly switch between them. Thanks for watching.